Hello everybody, this is Jacoby from Ivano-Frankivsk, Ukraine. It's January 6, 2022, and I want to let you know about some summer camps we have coming up August 6th through the 14th and August 20th through the 28th. So we're doing two full 7-day camps. They're 9-day camps, but 7 full days for IDKs, internally displaced kids. We've been doing ministry in Ukraine for almost 12 years, I believe, and I think this is going to be the biggest outreach event that we've ever organized. So we have over a decade experience organizing outreach events with kids coming into English outreaches. We did a beach camp once, we did a basketball camp. Basically our plan is to help some of these refugee kids have the time of their life and get the Word of God, be in a place where they can heal, recover, meditate on God, talk with God, make new friends, and just have a really memorable experience. Of course, the war is something that people are never going to forget, but we would like to contrast that with a very blessed experience out here. Ukraine has some just absolutely gorgeous trees and mountains in the Carpathians, and we would like to bring the kids there and just hang out with them, have a total blast, and feed them the Word of God. The idea is to interview kids through an application process where they submit a 2 to 3 minute video and tell us why they want to come to the camp. We're going to give them some information about the camp and then have them apply. And for them to get accepted with the free sponsorship, they'll have to share a link to the advertisement for the camp and then tell us why they want to come in a short video. This way we'll be able to screen kids and pick ones that we've prayed about and that we really believe need this experience. And so we're asking you to help us. You can help us by coming and being involved in the camp, or you can help us, of course, by praying for the kids and for the camp, and you can help us by sending money. The way that we would like to do that is basically raise sponsors for each camper. We're doing 2 camps and going to have 50 refugee teenagers at each camp. That's the goal. And to have a sponsor for each kid with a $200 sponsorship. And that's more than the kids will actually need, but this covers everything from their transportation to and from the camp and their food, and then different equipment that we'll buy for them to use there and for various activities that we'll be able to use in camps in years to come. So if you sponsor one of these teenage refugees for $200, we will connect you personally with one of them online and they will become your pen pal. So we will have our own strategic follow-up process with everyone that comes, because we're bringing kids. We're cooperating with many churches and organizations around Ukraine to help us bring in kids that need this camp. And then we'll have our own follow-up process, but we're asking you to help us speak into their life as an ongoing process. As far as the schedule goes, they'll come in on day 1. We'll get everyone assigned their tents. We'll have a couple icebreaker games where kids introduce themselves, get to know each other a little bit. We assign them to their teams. So we're probably going to have 10 teams of 5 kids, and each group will have 2 to 3 leaders. So teams of 7 or 8. So we'll have Ukrainian leaders primarily, and then American missionaries or other missionaries from around Europe and other places will also be coming. And so every group will have 5 kids with 2 to 3 leaders in each group. And I'll be there mostly as basically overseeing everything, making sure everything is orderly, everything is going as planned, as scheduled, and stuff. So it's not going to be an English camp, but we will have people there who can translate for when the Americans do share. So every morning after we wake up, we'll have breakfast, then we'll have a short devotional, 15 to 20 minutes long. The theme of the camp is God's goodness and God's sovereignty. Basically highlighting God's goodness, but backlighting it with God's sovereignty. You know, what's happening in Ukraine, that God's character, His love, and His goodness is something that would be great to talk about, because of course a lot of kids are going to have a lot of thoughts and a lot of questions about that, and it should generate a lot of good discussion. Then we break up into I believe it's a free time and optional activities. We'll have several different activities there that the kids can play, and we'll have crafts time with woodworking and other things, and then come back around to lunchtime. And then shortly after lunchtime, we'll have the main big activity of the day, which will last about 3 to 4 hours. And if the activity ends early, kids can have a little bit of free time or go play one of the other games that'll be stationed up, like volleyball, spike ball, badminton, throw footballs around. We have some extra ultra large softballs that we'll be hitting around and probably playing catch with baseballs and frisbees. We have some glow in the dark stuff like frisbees with lights. Spike ball has lights, and I have some sport cones with lights. Anyways, we have a lot of super fun stuff planned for the kids, and then in the evening we'll have dinner, and then after dinner we'll meet for the main event, which will be, we'll have a few songs and then have a talk, which will be just short of an hour long, 45 minutes to an hour, depending on if there's translation or not, and a different speaker each night. And then we'll have a little bit more free time before it's time to check into your tents and before it's lights out. Check into your tents at 10 o'clock, lights out 11 o'clock, wake up at 7 a.m., breakfast at 8 a.m. So, and then we'll also have 1 or 2 people taking turns basically on guard through the night. The day before the last, we're gonna paint t-shirts. We're gonna have blue and yellow paint and markers. We're gonna have a neon glow night with glow bracelets and stuff like that. We're gonna have a movie night with a large screen and a sound system that we borrow from a church of my friends in the area. The day before the last day, the kids will basically paint their shirt however they want, or tie-dye their shirts with blue and yellow paint. And then on the last day, when people are leaving camp, they can go around and have all their new friends sign their shirt. So we're gonna have prizes for the kids. I have a t-shirt that I designed that will throw out to people that win, to the teams that win different activities, and it'll be a competitive thing through the whole week. So we'll have one team that wins the grand prize, and I haven't decided what that is yet. But usually what we like to do is have our grand prize be a sponsored event where we can meet afterwards. So for example, we have some friends that are going to be involved in the camp who are professional hiking tour guides in the Carpathian Mountains. And perhaps the grand prize will be their team gets a free 3-day hike. And then it's going to be hard to get everybody after camp to come back to one local area, but we will plan another follow-up event. And each person that's leading each group of 5 kids will be assigned follow-up. We'll have a follow-up process with those who connected with those kids and do everything we can to get them plugged in with Christian leaders in their city from wherever they're from. Let us know if you would like to come and be involved, if you would like to fly out, if you would like to sponsor one of the kids for the camp, or if you can give anything. We have many different ways that you can give. You can find information in the details below the video. Just stay in touch and let us know what you can do. God bless you. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for your prayers. Thank you for your love and concern for Ukraine. Come on out and join us and see what a beautiful place this is and what beautiful people these are.